Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest. Trading update with XRF Scientific. Now, for full disclosure purposes, I am a shareholder of this company. Now, just personally, and I think this is probably true for most investors, I do actually tend to follow companies I follow or own a little bit more closely than companies I don't own, apart from companies I'm very close to owning. We actually follow those companies a little bit more closely. And when I say follow, I'm talking about share price action. I'm talking about the charts. I'm also talking about announcements, although when it comes to announcements, I'm trying to follow every single company on the ASX, which is fairly hard to do because there's over 2,000 companies listed on the ASX. Now, I will do a trading update and release that video on April the 16th. In fact, I recorded that video just after recording this video, and I am going to feature RXF Scientific in that video. But I want to do a standalone video on XRF just because there was some really interesting trading when it comes to this company. I'm going to talk about that interesting trading in this video, and I won't talk about it in the next video, the trading update. So let's have a look at this trading update from XRF Scientific that did cause a little bit of excitement in the market. Now, XRF Scientific called this trading update a trading report, and this was just their quarterly results for the March quarter, comparing to the March quarter, the previous corresponding period of financial year 22. And they've also provided year-to-date results for the first 9 months of the financial year. And these are really good numbers. For instance, revenue up 43% quarter on quarter, profit before tax up 30%, and year-to-date revenue up 45%, and profit before tax 39%. So you just think of that profit before tax up 39%, and consider that the PE ratio of this company is 23, if I remember correctly, which means if this company maintains this momentum into the current quarter, and there's all indications they will, that means that profit is going up 40%, which means the PE ratio is, if the price doesn't move at all from here, the PE ratio will be considerably lower than 23. And that's taking into account, we're looking at the backward-looking PE ratio, not the forward-looking PE ratio. So when they do release their financial year results, and if profit is up 40%, their PE ratio will suddenly decrease from, say, 23 down to 14 or 15. And that's why the market is getting a little bit excited about this particular trading report. Another thing I like to do when I do see a trading update or a profit downgrade, profit upgrade from a company, is go through the commentary. Now, you might argue, particularly if you are cynical, that management will tend to be over bullish. It's not necessarily true. I have seen a lot of commentary from management that do tend towards the more cautious side of expectations. Now, when you look at the commentary in this particular announcement, they're sort of sliding towards the little bit more bullish side of things. And in particular, this little comment here, we are working to reduce our lead times through the addition of new labor and inventory resources. That is telling us that they are spending a little bit more on expenses because they are just getting more and more work coming their way. And this is coming through when you look at their financial numbers. Profit increasing, revenue increasing, and they expect this increase in business to continue not only in this quarter, but potentially into financial year 24. Now onto the market reaction. Now, this is what I want to talk about in this particular video. And this might upset some people out there. Well, not what I'm going to say, but the very fact that at times you do see the market react the day before the company releases an announcement. Now, I'm not going to say there's any insider trading. I'm not going to say there's any loose lips. It could just be coincidence that the day before the company released this announcement, the share price increased by something like 6% on really high volume. Is it just coincidence? I don't know. And then the company released this announcement. The market absolutely loved it. Share price went from about $1.07 and closed at $1.20. Not only that, I was paying close attention to the closing auction because what ideally you want to see, particularly in a very bullish case, is a share price to finish or close at the high of the day. And that's exactly what happened with XRF Scientific. The share price closed at $1.20, the high of the day. Not only that, record volume. We haven't seen this sort of volume for a very long time in this company. And this chart is an absolutely beautiful looking chart. This is just a daily chart going back almost 1 year ago. If you go even further back than 1 year, this is the sort of chart you want to see in a company that you have in your portfolio. So right now, XRF Scientific is at an all-time high, maybe an all-time high. I haven't gone that far back, but it's at a long-term high at least, which means there's very little resistance moving forward. And we have seen this play out over and over again over the past, say, 6 to 8 months. The last low we did see was in June last year, which is understandable because that was the overall weakness in the market. And the share price of XRF got down to 52.5 cents. So the share price has more than doubled since then. And the main reason it's more than doubled since then is because of really good financial performance from the company. So what we're experiencing, or this company is experiencing, financial expansion. And the other thing that might happen is we might see this company experience multiple expansion. And that's when you see the share price could really take off, particularly if the market is convinced that this company won't be quite as affected in the cyclicality of the mining sector. So interesting times for XRF Scientific, interesting times for shareholders as well, because probably the biggest thing we have to do is now whether we take profits or just wait to see if this company keeps on growing. So this is a perfect example of a company that might be transitioning from being a low quality company to a high quality company. And those are the sort of companies you want to own for the long time. That is a perfect sort of investment when a company makes that transition from being a low quality to a high quality company. And there is that possibility that XRF Scientific is doing exactly that right now. Doesn't mean it will. Maybe when we go through a bit of a mining downturn, this company will be seriously affected, and you might see the share price half or down 75%. I just don't know at this point in time. I'd probably bet this company will be affected by any mining downturn, but at this point in time, there's a lot of tailwinds behind this company, and as a shareholder, you just got to enjoy it for the time being. That's all I have for this XRF Scientific update. If you have any questions about this company, I've done a Kneppy's analysis on this company, so have a look out for that. Maybe I'll leave a link in this video, but who knows? I sometimes forget I should write it down, but a lot of times I do come up with a thought and I forget to write it down and then completely forget about it. So if you do have any thoughts about this company, anything I've said in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe you completely disagree with me about anything I say. And I'd love to hear why you disagree, because I tend to be fairly open-minded. And I do tend to change my mind on occasion. So that's one big flaw with a lot of people out there. They're very closed-minded. They keep their same opinions for years and years and years. They're not willing to listen to opposing opinions. I think we become better investors, better people, if we keep an open mind. So that's all I have to say for XRF Scientific. And I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.